Today, the Chancellor and I discussed our close cooperation and developed a strong package of sanctions that are going to clearly demonstrate international resolve and impose swift and severe consequences if Russia violates Ukraine's sovereignty and its territorial integrity.
To our American friends, we will be united. We will act together, and all the necessary steps will be done by all of us together.
There's no question Germany could do more given its influential role. Back during the Cold War, the West German military was truly a capable fighting force. But Germany's military has been allowed to atrophy in the decades since.
Well, the president and the German chancellor speaking, it seemed, from the same sheet of music, except one key part, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But also the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, met with the French president, Emmanuel Macron, today. During that, he pitched it a different way, Putin did. He said if Ukraine joins NATO, then everybody be drawn into this war. He says Russia is one of the top nuclear powers. There will be no winners in this war, and you will be drawn into this conflict against your will. In a blink of an eye, you will be implementing Article 5. Article 5 is the NATO that one is attacked and they're all attacked. And there we are. That sets the stage. Let's bring in our panel. Mara Liasson, national political correspondent of National Public Radio, former Education Secretary Bill Bennett, and Kimberly Strassel, member of the editorial board at the Wall Street Journal. Mara, the one key thing that was not specifically agreed to was the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. And that's a pipeline that will eventually provide energy, oil to Germany from Russia.
Yep. Yeah, what was really interesting about that press conference was Joe Biden said if Russia invades Ukraine, Nord Stream 2 will never become operational. But Olaf Scholz did not say those words. And there is a lot of concern about Germany's reliability. Of course, both leaders said that Germany is a reliable ally. But Germany is not committed to not using the Nord Stream pipeline gas. It is not committed to giving military equipment to Ukraine. And there are a lot of questions about just how strong Germany would be as an ally against Russian aggression.
Bill?
Yeah, a couple things underlying this. First of all, I agree. I think there's still light between the two of them, between the German chancellor and the president. But second, we are an importer of Russian oil. It seems extraordinary when we could be supplying all of Europe, all of Germany, and all of Europe with our liquefied natural gas, and this dilemma would not be faced. But I think the larger perspective that we all need to think about some, and you brought it up earlier in the newscast, Brett, is this new alliance between Russia and China, this new world order that they are talking about. Because this, to me, is very ominous, and we need to look at these events with that as an important background. Also, Putin is chipping away. We already know the degree to which Germany is dependent on Putin and Russia because of current circumstances. But now France is talking to him as well. Will this alliance hold up? I have my worries and doubts.
Yeah, Kimberly, it does seem like Emmanuel Macron is trying to assert himself as sort of the speaker of European leaders with Putin.
Well, somebody has to. And, it is actually good to see Europe stepping up. It was good to see Scholz giving that press conference today because Germany's been incredibly quiet. And it isn't just the things that Mara talked about in terms of not supplying weapons. But if you go all along, first of all, don't forget, all of Europe and the United States were pressuring Germany not to sign this Nord Stream 2 deal, and they did so anyway. And then we've had leaks about them not being willing to pull the plug on that, about not supporting, for instance, U.S. sanctions that are proposed to cut Russia off from the SWIFT monetary system. So I like the fact that he said that he was willing to stay in lockstep with the rest of Europe. Let's hope that Macron really does offer some strong leadership and keeps Germany on board.
And Mara, quickly, I mean, it's the position that Germany put itself in, getting 70+% of its energy from Russia.
And and deciding that it would not have nuclear power. That was a fateful decision made by Angela Merkel.
Yeah. All right.
It put Germany more dependent on Russia.